Well, hello, my friends. jdouble-u here, and welcome back to another episode of Dunswell Zoo. You will note that I sound better, and that is because I am better for now. So the medication, the side effects, and everything from one of them have started to subside, but the other one I've still got to go back on. So I will probably still feel unwell at some point in the future. But for now, I'm stabilised. Don't know. Just straight in with what we're talking about this time. No. So, I also mentioned my cat wasn't very well. We now know what's up with him. It's not quite as straightforward as it was first anticipated to be. Initially, it was believed that it was a stress-related injury, hence why we were all labouring under the illusion he was going to make a full recovery. Now, as it turns out, he has an autoimmune disease. His body is literally attacking itself. So he's quite unwell and he's on a lot of medication. He's not with me at the moment. He's in another room sleeping, so you probably won't hear him. But yeah, it's sad. But hopefully we can manage it with medication and he'll be alright, hopefully. So this episode then, we are on 100 years of Dunswell Zoo, in the game, of course, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. I have been very, very busy since the last episode, not just on these two habitats, but around the zoo as well. Particularly a build that took me the best part of a week, like literally working on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Didn't work on it on Saturday, and then worked on it today up to recording because today's Sunday. I'm just going to show you a little sneaky peek. You can see it there with its hexagonal roof. That will be its own episode. But this episode then, we are of course exploring the Andean Bear area. So we have, you actually can't see it from here, it just says Andean, but we have Andean Eats there. We're going to explore that area first. So we race through, and I've gone ahead and let's see if I can find, I don't know if you can see it or not. So it's one-way glass, but ever so slightly just behind is the normal glass. So it just looks like normal glass, which I really like. Obviously not from the outside, but I still really like it. Nothing's really changed down here at the moment. I do still need to sort this out, but free build should be on its way. I've been reading the comments on the Nexus mods page, and probably a few weeks to a month maybe, depending when the next update comes out, of course. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. Then we head up these stairs, and you will see we have some brand new decorations. I've put the railing in to stop little Timmy from hurting himself. Got the party area here, of course. It might need a few more decorations, but I'm not too bothered. I'm happy with it for the time being. And you can also see I've added some enrichment for the bear, so that it can come up here should it so want to. I've not actually seen them up there yet though. And then of course we head outside, and I've put some parasols out here just to give it a bit more shade. And then you get a nice sort of view of the otter fountain. You will be able to see some animals from here. You may be able to see the animal what's going to go in here as well, maybe. We'll see how that exhibit turns out, that habitat. And then of course from here you have a view of the Andean bears and this. So we'll head back in. Still need to plan this up. Completely forgot about that, but I will do it. So that's the restaurant, Andean Eats. And then we just nip back out Oops, don't step in the fountain. I've reduced the hedge on the front so that you can now actually see the fountain. And I may put one of those vista points here, linking to that. It's a very nice fountain. It's just one of the in-game blueprints that came with the aquatic pack. But it is really nice. I like it. And then of course we've got the food court. Just around here. Toilets. 3 shops. Maybe we could add a few more shops. We'll see. We don't have a need at the moment, but we'll see what happens in the future. Then this is new. So I think I showed it in the last episode. I'd built a monorail station that was sort of roughly where we are now. Yeah, it was sort of along this path. I decided I didn't like that, so what I've done instead is we've shifted the boundary a little bit. So we've got this here. I might even shift this back a little bit further. It's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. We have Peruvian Prairie, Pantanal Paradise. Then if we just come around here, we enter the Asia zone. And that's where the monorail station is. And it's going to open out to a plaza here. And I've called this the Red Panda Plaza. Now, whether or not we actually have red pandas down here is a different matter altogether. But this is what the plaza's called, the Red Panda Plaza. So you walk behind this bamboo plantation, and you would enter that way, and then the same from the other side, but exiting. It won't let me jump the barrier. A couple of tweaks in the Australia zone, but we're going back over there in the next episode. Probably the next episode. No, not the next episode, the one after. So I'll just show you all then, really. So let's head back in here. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some planting put in. And then I'll move this rock boundary back and then move the monorail station back and do that. Just racing along this path here. And we're going to come through here. Through this staff zone. And we're going to walk through this door that this man is disappearing into. And we have our Andean Bear habitat. So we have female in the left and we have a male in the right. The male's actually just asleep up here. They are going to be breeding, but they're not at the moment. I just want to focus on getting a bit more infrastructure in the zoo, and then I'll allow them to mix and breed. But yeah, they've got these skylights. They've got a little mural. Same on the other side, just so it's not so boring. Their food and their water is in here, and their enrichment is out here, as is a lot of other things. So the enclosure for the female is slightly bigger, just because she would obviously have cubs or a cub with her. So she does need a little bit more room. So this is the male's habitat. And then the female is in there. So he can actually come all the way down if he wants. And he can take a dip. Can't escape, which is great. He can have a swimmy swim. Or a drink. He can walk right along this window. We've got some enrichment there. Can climb up here. Can use these rocks. He likes the habitat, what can I say? And then the door just slides down shut. And then in the female side, same sort of sleeping enrichment, and then her food's down here and her water's over there. Same door structure. And then she has access to this. Which, if I just... Whoops. If I just pop here. So she's got 2 waterfalls. This wasn't for her, this was for the keepers, but she can use it as well. All the enrichment, all the plants, everything is out here. Here she is, the female. Look how pretty she is with all the clauses. And she's got a nice little slope what she can take. And just some nice terrain variation. Some rocks, some good photo opportunities so she can come up here. She can climb onto this log. And she can stand on this log and people would get some amazing photos. She's also got this sort of high climbing enrichment thingy. Oh, it is letting me climb it, fair enough. So she can sit on here if she wants. She can sort of see the male from up here. But it's just a bit of extra enrichment for her really, so she can see what's going on in the world. I thought it had crashed then. No, it's just not letting me fall. Just a good thing, I suppose. And that's essentially it. So, who are our male and female? So, the female, if I can find her, she's over here. She is called Lily. She's 15.3 years old. So she's sort of halfway through her life. She was a rescue, but she was from another collection. They've rescued her from being illegally smuggled out of South America. And then they couldn't keep her anymore. They decided she couldn't be rehabilitated back into the wild. So another collection in America took her, and they've decided to send her to us for breeding purposes. So that's Lily. And then if we just go find our male. We have Harry. He's 15.8, so he's just a little bit older. And same story with him. He was rescued from poachers, but unfortunately he didn't react well to being released back into the wild, and he was found again by poachers, and the government there decided that he was deemed a nuisance, so he had to be moved to a new area, but he didn't get on with the other bears in that area, and he suffered some injuries, so that same collection in America decided to take him, but they've since sent them both to us here in the UK. So you have Harry and Lily, and you may be thinking, well, why the names? Because obviously they don't come with those names if you buy them from the if we just have a look. You've got Raffi, Bakari, Laster, Aklasisa. So Harry was one of my pets, as was Lily. They are both named after the Harry Potter characters, respectively. Both of them were rabbits, and they're both no longer with us anymore. But I thought it was nice names for 2 Andean bears, Harry and Lily. And I did have the name of the one from Chester just in the back of my head then, and it's disappeared. Bernie. Bernie is the name of the Andean bear at Chester. The male, anyway. So, yeah, this is the Andean bear enclosure. Now, let me know what you guys think, because I said this in the last episode, and I'm definitely going to be saying it again. I aren't 100% sold on these habitats. I don't know what it is. Just something doesn't sit right with me. And I mean, I really like this one. It's sort of more or less turned out exactly how I wanted it to turn out. I say more or less because, you know, Planet Zoo. But so yeah, I really like this one. It's turned out more or less exactly how I wanted it to. But it just doesn't scream Andean Bear to me. And this one looks very cramped, even though it's not. It just looks very cramped. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We may come back later down the line when my skills develop further and, you know, redo the habitats. But I definitely want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section below the video. But that's probably going to do it for this episode. Yeah, we have a vulnerable Andean bear. We have two of them actually, and they are going to be breeding soon. But we need a bit more infrastructure in the zoo first. So some signage, some benches, just stuff like that. It just needs a little bit more TLC, I think, the zoo, before we go ahead and... I don't want to spoil anything for you. Before we go ahead and let them breed and add more animals that we need to look after. So the next episode then, after this one, is going to be this behind me, or in front of me now. Perhaps you can guess what may be within it. It's one giant mesh enclosure with a funky roof design, because I didn't just want squares. So it's going to be that, and then some TLC for the zoo, you know, adding some signs. I'll do some graphic design between now and then, create some posters, stuff like that. Then after that, we're probably gonna, oh, I keep going over here, we're gonna take a break, I think, from South America and head back on over to Australia, and I'm gonna have a crack at that kiwi house. Hopefully the free build mod will be out by then. But I definitely want to have a crack at that kiwi house now. I want to see what I can do building indoors and nocturnal. I think it's going to be a real interesting experience and a real challenge, but I'm up for it. I want to do it. So the next episode is TLC and the big cage, and the episode after that we're going to head back over to Australia. I'll show you what's happened over there, and we will go ahead and do the kiwi habitat. Until then, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Do remember to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. It really does help me out and helps the channel to grow. And remember to subscribe as well. Same principle. Really helps me out and helps the channel grow. We are nearing 100 subscribers. By the time this video comes out, we may well have passed 100 subscribers. So thank you very, very much. I didn't even expect to have 10, let alone 100. So, yay. Until then, my friends, I am going to hit play, turn the UI off, and we can watch this laggy waterfall. No! They've ruined my view. Right, we'll try again. Until the next time, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can find me on Instagram at jdouble-u_yt. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay kind. Bye-bye for now.